Okay, today we're going to be making some wine stoppers. This is a piece of red oak that was on some friend of mine's property in Pennsylvania that was taken down by a tornado. Just a rough cut piece, cut it out with my chainsaw, and we're going to round it up, make a tenon on one end, then we can mount it in the one-way chuck. I've just got it on the spur drive right now, mounted tightly in with the tailstock. We're going to get started on this and see what we can come up with. Okay, because this is such an uneven excuse me, piece of wood, I'm going to start off with a real slow speed. This is about 350. I'll use my rough-and gouge to turn a tenon on this end here, and then we're going to mount it in the one-way chuck. So we'll do a little turning. Just take off a little bit. Took off a little too much that time. Okay, we've got it mounted in the chuck, and basically now all we're going to do is round everything over using the roughing gouge, and we're going to just try to make a round cylinder, and then we'll start shaping. I should be able to get 3 or 4 bottle stoppers out of this one piece. We'll see what it looks like. You can turn the speed up a little now because you've got it securely mounted into the chuck, but you want to still go very slowly since this is an irregular shape. I'll show you more after I get some more of the rounding done. Okay, this is about 10 minutes of turning. Got a lot of sawdust on the floor, a lot of chips, but you can see it's starting to get rounded here. I think I'm going to try to keep this on some of them. This is where right under the bark that has come off down here. I'm going to use that as decoration on, or try to leave some of that for decoration on one of the bottle stoppers. But you can see the way the wood is bowed here, it's getting real thin in the middle, so I may not get too many out of here, but we'll get as many as we can. Okay, we've got it rounded now. I'm going to start on this end down here making the bottle stopper. I'm going to go ahead and shape it up. I've still got some of the bark left on it, not much though. It may be getting too thin. But I'm going to start make the bottle stopper about 3 inches long. I'll show you how I drill the hole and mount the dowel into it. We're going to go ahead and just cut away everything that doesn't look like a bottle stopper. That's why I love doing these, because it's free form, there's no pattern, and I only have to make one of each kind. So we'll go ahead and turn some of that. Just using a round nose scraper on this, I've got more, feel like I have more control using this. If you just take small cuts with it. When the wood is irregular, you get small shavings like this. But when it's round and you're cutting all the way around the wood, you get real long shavings like these. That's how you know it's good wood. I love working with green wood. I love working with wood because you never know what it's going to look like on the inside. It's just hidden, a wonder of nature, waiting to be exposed. I love woodworking. I love making these videos. If y'all only had half the fun watching them as I do making them, we'd all be in happy land. Okay, I've mounted a 1/2-inch drill bit in the chuck here on my tailstock. What I'm going to do is turn on the lathe, crank the drill bit in about an inch, and that'll drill the hole for the dowel in the perfect center of the, well, almost in the perfect center of the bottle stopper. You just drill it straight in like that, going slowly. I've got the tape on it to act as a depth stop. And there we go. Centered up. I'm going to go ahead and sand it. Mount the dowel in, but I'll come back and show y'all more as I'm working on it. If you make it really smooth without any ridges or anything on the wood, sanding is not too bad. I usually, I'll start out with 120 grit, but I always run my vacuum so I don't have to breathe in all that dust. But I'll show you a little bit here before I turn it on. Otherwise, you couldn't hear me talk, and I know you want that. One good thing about this jet lathe that I have here, it has a reversing feature on it. I'll sand one way for a while, reverse it, sand the other way. That gets all the little fibers that stand up or lay down when you're sanding the other way. That's a very nice feature of this. Saved for years to buy this lathe. Makes it very nice though. Very smooth finish. And not a whole lot of sanding. Of course, I'll go through all the grits with the sandpaper. I haven't mounted the dowel in yet. The hole has been drilled. I've got my tailstock live center in it. Alright, I'm going to stop here, finish sanding, and turn on my machine so I don't breathe in the dust. I'll be back. Alright, for the finish, I like to use the Mylan's high build friction polish. You turn the lathe up as fast as you can. You just put a little bit on the paper towel. You always use paper towel because if you used a cloth, it can get caught on there and tear your hand off, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to put a little bit on the cloth, turn the lathe on, and show you how it's applied. Put the highest setting, which is 1275 RPM. But as you put it on, you can see it getting shiny. And as you hold this paper towel tight to it, it does get hot, and that's why it's called the friction polish, because it actually melts, heats up and cures the polish. I usually put 4 or 5 coats on it. Okay, after about 4 coats of the friction polish, it is slick as glass. I'm going to mount the dowel in here using just regular Titebond. Put a squirt of glue in it. Insert the dowel and tap it in with my little mallet. Okay, what I did was cut it off from the larger piece, flipped it around and mounted the dowel into the one-way chuck. The chuck jaws are not actually touching to the bottle stopper because that would mar it. What I'm going to do is finish off this end here, sand it up, polish it off again just a little. It'll only take a little bit because I've only got this much to do. I'll shape it up and then we'll show you the finished product. Okay, this is the finished product. It is slick as glass. It looks pretty good. I love the grain of this wood here. There's one little bit of this is the part that was right underneath the bark. But this is what it looks like, and then I'll mount the silicone stopper on this end and it'll be ready to go in your favorite bottle. Alright, this has been fun. I'll make some more in a little while, or another project anyway. Thanks for watching.